Ladies, my fellow mommies, you're always so busy on the go, kids screaming in the back seat, sleeping baby. I have the ultimate hack for you.
Welcome to the Stay Fit Mom Podcast with Krista and Tracy, your go-to girls for health, fitness, and keeping it real in mom life.
If you can't seem to get in a good groove with your nutrition and exercise program, this is for you.
We've coached thousands of women using macros for over 8 years, and I'm well known around here for my 5-day meal prep videos.
What does a macro balanced meal look like?
Hit subscribe to the Stay Fit Mom Podcast and join us for a fun, meaningful journey toward a healthier, happier you.
You got this, Mom.
We're back with another episode of the Stay Fit Mom Podcast, and I've got Krista back. I feel like you and I haven't done very many episodes together this season, so I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I do love listening to everyone else's episodes, but it is fun to be on, so I'm excited to be back.
And this episode's going to be all about goal setting. By the time you're listening to this, it's, I think, January 1st. Let me look at the calendar and see if that's really when it's going to go live. Yes, it's going to go live on January 1st. So happy new year. I'll just start with that. And we want to go through our wins and losses from 2025, goals that we have for 2026, and just do a recap episode. And hopefully it'll motivate you to want to do the same thing as you're listening. I love this time of year, Krista.
You love setting goals.
I just love a fresh, clean slate.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
And I don't know why January 1st feels like that to me. I know it's every other day, but to me, it's a new calendar. It's a fresh, I want to have my Christmas tree down and my sheets washed and things organized.
I am that way. January 1st, I want to take everything down. It feels like a lot of clutter at that point because it's been up so long.
Yeah, and it's big for us too. It's big for Stay Fit Mom. Everyone wants weight loss goals start now, resolutions, and I get
Yeah.
motivated and pumped up with all that too.
Same.
So we're going to get in that today, but also we have got some segments. Like I said, it's been a few episodes since we've actually gotten together ourselves. So let's go over, I know it's January 1st, but Krista, what's the last Christmas movie you watched?
I haven't finished it, but I started watching Cowboy Christmas, I think it's called, on Netflix. It's a Jana Kramer movie. Originally was on Lifetime, I think. It's just one of those cheesy Hallmark type movies. I love those, and I didn't watch enough of those this year. But I've got some stacked up and ready for next year.
I love how they're all on every streaming. Now
Yeah.
you don't have to watch them on Hallmark. They're on every Prime. They're on Disney. They're on all the things.
Yes.
But some of them I think are so bad.
I know. They are so cheesy. You just have to know that going in. But
Yeah.
yeah, so bad. Do you remember last year, the snowman one? Hot Snowman or something? It was like
Okay.
viral.
I never watched it, but I just have heard it was so ridiculous.
Yes.
And then also I watched the Full M House do the remake of
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm gonna say. But that was better than the movie. I couldn't finish the movie. I was like, "This is just so stupid."
Cayman and I have watched 2 really cheesy ones this season, but that's not the one I was gonna share. The one that we watched as a family that was actually really good, Krista, and if you didn't see it this Christmas season, put it on your list for next Christmas, is the Jonas Brothers one. Did you watch it?
No.
It's oh gosh, now I gotta look it up to
Is it
see.
new this? It was new in
Yes, it
2025?
just came out in 2025. It's called A Very Jonas Christmas Movie, and it's a musical. My kids
Oh,
love musicals. They were
sick.
super into it.
Oh, I've got it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, you need to watch it with your kids because even my older kids, they were glued, and
What
it's one of
what
those ones that
streaming
I think we'll
service?
watch again.
What streaming service?
Disney, I think?
Okay, we do
Let's
have that
see.
one.
I watched the trailer and I was like, "This is stupid. This is just" it's like one of those movies where bad things keep happening, and I'm like, "Oh, I just can't stand one more bad thing to happen." But there's like a storyline in the background of why these bad things keep happening, and that helped it for me.
Our family does watch The Grinch at least 20 times, I feel
For
like.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Chris and I left for a football banquet last night, and we told the kids, "You get to watch a Christmas movie, and we're picking it." And I said, "We're gonna have you watch Red One." Have you guys seen that one? That one came out the year before.
I don't think we watched that.
Krista, get
Red
on
one?
that. Red One. You need to watch Red One.
Okay.
It came out last year, and our kids were like, "We've already seen Red One." And I'm like, Yeah, this is the season of rewatching the
Yeah.
movies. You don't just see it once and it's done. It's Christmas. You rewatch the classics. I think Red One falls into that category, Chris. And if you've never seen it, you need to watch Jonas Christmas and Red
Red
One.
one. Okay, adding that to the list.
Okay. If you're just way over Christmas by now and you're or maybe you're still in the spirit and your tree's up, get in those Christmas movies. All right, what about hot mess moment? What do you got, Krista?
Oh, I got a good one. I did talk about this on Instagram, but I don't think I've talked about the resolution that we came up with or how we fixed it. About 2 weeks ago now, we're laying in bed. I just got in bed and suddenly all the fire alarms are going off loud. And
The
of course,
worst feeling. Nobody
yes,
wants to be woken up by
yeah.
that.
This isn't the first time that's ever happened. So we jump out of bed. Archer just came in the room, of course, because by that point he was like, crap. And immediately smoke is filling. Our bedroom is close to the kitchen, is right off the kitchen. And Archer's, the microwave's on fire. It's not on fire, but it's smoking. The whole house is filled with smoke. It's crazy how fast. And so I'm just looking around. All the kids had already come into the kitchen. So I see all the kids and I'm like, okay, do I need to get the fire extinguisher? Chad's already gone into the pantry where the microwave is. And yeah, we realized it wasn't on fire anymore. And we start opening windows and doors. And Chad's yelling at Archer, why are you making ramen at 9:30 at night? I'm just panicking, and it was actually cold these few days that this went on in Vegas. So I'm opening all the doors and windows, and it's freezing, trying to blow the smoke out, and I'm thinking for sure the whole neighborhood can hear these fire alarms going off.
Sure, because
And
you
then
are
I'm waiting for my parents' lights to start flipping on. None of that happened, nobody could hear it, but I get a lid to a big bin, you know, the bins you put in storage, and I'm trying
yeah.
to blow out all the smoke, and anyway, smelled awful,
Well,
and
before that, explain how it lit on fire. What happened?
oh, so
Mhm.
Archer decided when he was playing video games that he was hungry and wanted a snack, so he threw in have you seen the giant ramen bowls from Costco? They were sampling them the other
Okay.
day, and I tried it, and I was like, "Oh, that was actually really good." My boys love ramen, but I hate buying the regular top ramen, it's a mess. So I'm gonna buy these bowls for them, I'm such a nice mom. And he threw it in the microwave and didn't add water. You add water to it before you
Oh, how long was it in there before it
4
melted?
minutes,
Oh,
and he walked away, went back in his bedroom. So when he came back, it was the time had already elapsed, and the microwave they said I talked about him after, he said smoke was coming out the bottom, and I opened it, and it just filled the whole room.
oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, so beware of those ramen packets, and what's funny is I shared it on Instagram, and so many people said they do it with the mac and cheese cups, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Same thing, you
Like the
don't
kids
put enough
forget to put the
water.
water in it.
Yeah, or not enough, apparently.
Oh.
But that ramen bowl was black. It just
So it must have been on fire at some point.
yes, probably
Okay.
was. Luckily, the microwave's fine, it stinks. I did all the things trying to take care of the smell, but it's consolidated, like, it's just the microwave. We were quick enough that the smoke didn't seep into the walls or anything, but finally, after trying a few things, I got an ozone generator on Amazon, 35 bucks, a little one.
Okay.
Uh, and you just put it in the room, you can't be in there, no animals, no people, because it sucks the oxygen out of the air and
Oh.
the
So you just closed your
smell.
pantry and turned that thing on.
Yes, and I only did it 15 minutes the first time, and it helped, but didn't do it well, and then the next time when we all were gone all day, I turned it on for an hour. And it does put out this weird smell, but
That goes
yeah,
away.
yeah, it goes away. But when we use the microwave now, it does still stink. We need to change the filter, I think would help. Ours is in the wall, so it's hard. We need to unscrew it. But the mi I
Well,
we're like, "You're gonna have to just get a new microwave." I'm like, "This microwave lived here 6 months. It's a built-in one. It's not just one you put on the counter, a little
right.
one you can just replace." So,
I think you're just breaking in that house. You gotta
yeah,
break it in.
I guess. We are to the point where we're having incidents, small incidents, nothing
Yeah.
major, but
That can be frustrating. Do you feel an increased sense of frustration because it's your baby and you've worked so hard for this house and then
whatever. It happens, he's a kid, and according to everyone who's messaged me, a lot of
everybody
people's
does
kids
it?
have done this and multiple times. So,
Has he been banned from the ramen?
no, there's probably none left now, but I'm like, "I'm not buying that anymore." But people did say, "Use your kettle." Do you guys have an electric kettle? You can heat up water.
Oh, we don't, but that's
Oh,
so smart. You can just use
yeah,
that and you don't even have to use a
it's
microwave at all.
hard. Yep. I use that for
Toast
everything. Instant potatoes or hash browns, you
like
just
kettle.
yeah.
Interesting. I don't have one of those. I
No?
maybe need to
You
put
don't,
some
like,
in
make tea or
I
anything?
do. I have, and anyway, yeah, I don't wanna go down that rabbit hole, but
Ok
I don't know if this is, like, a hot mess, but it felt a little scary at the time. So, we live in Florida, and everything's alive in Florida, and just I think it was last week, we had a cold snap, and it got warm, and it started raining, and as soon as it stopped, the kids were playing in the backyard, and all of a sudden, one of them runs out and says, "Mom, there's a snake right by the
Ugh.
basketball hoop." And so, we live in the swamp. Think where the crawdads sing, it's so swampy. And so, the snakes were out, and I feel like every time the humidity hits a certain point, I'm like, "This is snake weather." Like, I know the snakes are gonna be out. There was not just 1 snake, there were 2 snakes in our yard, and they were not the garden snakes that are skinny and non-venomous. This is a thick snake with a pointy head. It was 2
Oh,
of the same kind of snakes, and they were in 2 different spots in our backyard. One was by the dock, one was by the basketball. And so, I'm like, "What do we do about these things?" You gotta take care of them. And I hope that I'm
okay.
not offending any of the animal rights activists that might be listening, but I feel like a dead snake is a good snake if it's poisonous.
Yeah.
So I call Chris, and he has manned up in the snake department, Krista. I laugh because when we lived in Vegas, he was terrified of spiders and he was just not he wasn't manly, and now all of a sudden we moved to Florida and he's, "I'll get my shovel. I got this." He's, "Watch out, stand back," and he has the shovel and he's gonna get ready to decapitate it, and I'm, "Oh my gosh, what if it
Yeah,
scurries off and moves?" But of course, we all don't wanna go inside, we wanna see this. We're here for the action.
watch where it goes if it gets
Yeah,
away.
that too. So, anyway, it was anticlimactic. They didn't even move. I don't know if they were frozen from the cold and then the water
Oh,
flushed them out or something. They were definitely alive, but they were just not very mobile. So, it all ended fine, and there's 2 dead snakes on a shovel, and I was like, "Babe,
mhm.
you've just never been so attractive to me as you are right now. Protector of the family."
That is so funny. I remember when you first moved in the neighborhood, your neighbors said something to you about having snake bite. What do you call it?
Yeah, get oh, we have one of those, a snake
Yeah.
venom. Yeah.
I'm yeah, I remember thinking, "Oh, wow, that's
That
terrifying."
seemed aggressive. I need a
Yeah,
snake venom kit. Thankfully, I haven't had to use it, and I don't know that I would really know what to do. I would just grab it and hopefully I can read instructions quickly. I gotta
I
but
wonder it must be like an EpiPen or something where you just
no, it's like a
yeah.
suction cup thing, I think.
Oh,
I think?
interesting. I would yeah. Isn't it funny growing up in Vegas? Like, that is just I don't even wouldn't even know what it looks like.
So
And
many things that I feel clueless on for sure that people hear. Another one is hunting. I don't know, did you grow up hunting? Did your family hunt?
uh, yes, every October, the guys Chad didn't go, he almost went to spend time with my brother-in-law. They try to get a tag every year, somebody, and the guys will all go meet up, sometimes in Canairville to hunt deer,
Yeah.
elk. Yeah. Mhm.
Anyway, I never did that. I don't know anything about it, but people here, they hunt. They go to Alabama, and anyway, it's a thing. It's a big
Yeah,
thing. Anyway.
yeah, it used to be a thing for everybody. Everybody had to have their food.
Yes, I was talking about that to another mom, and she had said she is in a hunting. It's an emotional experience. I'm like, "I bet it is
Yeah.
because you're killing an animal, and I'm sure you
Mm.
get this adrenaline and all the emotions of seeing it dead," and then anyway.
Do you know who is a big she's not a hunter, but her maybe she is or was at some point, is Charmaine. Her husband is a big hunter. Yeah. And you know what else is funny? Chad loves listening to the Meat Eater podcast, and I actually love it too. He has such a great voice. He's a big hunter. It's so fascinating. If you ever find yourself like, "What should I listen to?" It's really cool.
What a great name, the meat
Yeah,
eater.
yeah. I think he has YouTube videos and stuff. I feel like I've watched him on T I know what he looks like, so yeah, I probably
And
watched
he's
him.
just talking about hunting.
Mostly hunting, yeah, like living off the land and just all kinds of cool and he'll do recipes and how he's using his meat. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's just a very different life again. Yeah.
If it's not on your radar, you don't know anything about it, and then you're like, "Whoa, people are" yeah. Okay, next segment is tiny joy. What's one thing that's just delighting you?
I just It's silly. I love making sourdough, and I love that your mom is there teaching you. That's so fun. It's just I don't know, I love it. I've said it before, it's almost like therapy. You've gotta take care of this dough and make sure it's growing right, and
Like a
it's so
plant.
exciting, yes, when it turns out, and it's fun trying different things. Anyway, I don't bake sourdough all the times, we just don't eat bread every day. So it's fun to be able to make it, and I've been delivering loaves every few days to neighbors and things, so that's my tiny joy moment.
That is fun. I'm laughing so hard because when you say that, it's fun to just see it grow. My mom is, "Look, it's floating. Do you see in the water? It's floating." She's, "That means it's really good." I'm like, "Okay." It's just one more thing I'm gonna have to do. I can't get past that. I wanna get to the creative part, but my
Yeah,
brain is still in the overwhelm part, but she's here for a couple weeks, and we are gonna have sourdough
mhm.
time.
Bring the starter with her on the plane.
Yes, and
Oh my
after she
goodness.
watched my Instagram story, she was like, "That the bag was the starter. I didn't know."
It's so funny. I think, yeah, we were just laughing at the starter. No, that's the starter. No, that's the leaven. Technically is the same thing as the starter, but yes, yeah,
Oh, well, I am thinking of recording a podcast with my mom, but I am torn because 'cause I'm like, would people even understand? I don't
yeah.
know. I think I put a poll up on my Instagram story. Let's see.
You should just do a mini interview with her on Instagram, ask her a couple questions and be like, "Do we need a full podcast? Can you understand?"
Okay. Okay. 98% said yes. Oh,
Yeah.
funny. That's a good idea. Can you understand her? Okay. Oh, my tiny joy, and I've also been doing this on Instagram. I'm a coffee girl now.
Yes.
I all of a sudden am drinking coffee. And it's something that I look forward to, and I get why people are I don't know, it's a whole nother world. It's like the hunting thing where you're like, "I don't know anything about coffee," and now all of a sudden I'm brewing it. I'm like, "Do I need a different type? Do I need to grind my own beans?" And it smells so good, and with the protein powder in it, it's so good. The protein powder is a sweetener in itself, but then you get
What
the coffee flavor.
Okay, so tell me about these flavors. I saw you were using Dunkin' coffee, or have you used a bunch?
I've only used so I am doing decaf. I don't know what's going on with my caffeine sensitivity, but for now, I love the decaf because it feels like an afternoon treat. Right around, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock, if I'm tired, I'm like, "I'm just gonna have a little cup of coffee," and there is still a little bit of caffeine in the
Oh,
decaf.
okay. Gonna say, how is that reviving you? There's no caffeine.
I don't
Okay.
even know that it's reviving me, though. It's just something that I look forward to,
Yeah.
like a
Okay.
ritual, and that's
Yeah.
what people told me. It's, "Oh, it's your self-care moment."
Yeah.
And if any of you that are listening have better ideas, I wanna hear them. But I have this super old coffee maker, nothing fancy, and I also get a treat out of making it for other people. I get why it's a hospitality thing too. My mom's over, even Seed, she's, "Can I try some?" And I was like, "Sure. I'll make you a cup of my coffee." So, I'm just doing decaf and protein powder and a splash of creamer, and it's I don't even know, that might be I feel like the more I drink it, the less that I need it. It's one of those things where your acquired taste changes a little bit. It's like wine, which you also cannot relate to. It's like when you first drink wine, I think you need it sweet, and then over time, you can handle it a little bit more bitter.
Yes.
So,
That's how it's been. I've been making milk tea a lot.
okay.
At first, we were just getting it with the boba milk tea, which is really sweet, and you suck up the boba
You
that's the
started
brown.
that when you're on a trip.
We always get them in Huntington Beach every summer,
Okay.
like a fun thing we always do. Have you ever had boba?
No.
It's really good. I always thought I wouldn't like it, but anyway, they make you this cold milk tea, and then they put the warm boba in it in the bottom, and it's like this brown sugar. Think of it as like a almost like a pasta
Yeah.
ball.
But what's the flavor profile? It's like
Like
cinnamony?
a You can get different flavors, but this one was just brown sugar. You can get fruity ones. I don't like any of those, but
Okay.
anyway, it added an extra sweetness, and so I got home and I was like, "Man, I'm still craving those boba milk teas," but I can't do the boba, that's too many carbs. So I started making it. Yeah, and you just get used to not having it as sweet without the boba, and then now I don't quite have to add as much stevia, and it's okay.
Yep, and you
But I
get
love those. Yeah, when we're on vacation and stuff, sometimes I'll get lattes at Starbucks, and we were doing that in Hawaii a lot. That was fun, but I was like, "How do people afford this?"
I know. That's a big expense, which is why I also like doing it myself. I'm like, "Oh, I feel like I'm
Yep.
saving money, I still get my treat, and I'm getting protein with it."
Yeah. That I guess what I love about Perk is I can make, like, all those different flavors by just mixing them in water without having to
Yeah.
brew anything or
Yes.
I see one of those fancy latte machines in your future, though I don't know, do those also would just make coffee, right? Just a regular
Mhm. I don't exactly know. I feel like I need to go to somebody's house and watch it in action
Yeah,
because right now I'm like, is it just doing what my frother is doing? How the frother just makes it foamy, creamy. You know what a frother does to your perk. Is
right.
that what the
Well,
latte
I
machine
think it will
does?
mix your cream separately, and then you move it over. I don't know if it can do it hot and cold, I don't know. And then you move it over and it will do the cream. I'm not really sure.
Sounds like you know a lot about it.
I don't, I just from what I've seen.
Coach Laura was like, "You need to get the Philips coffee maker," and then I looked that up and it was like, they sell it what's that store called? Where you got your pots and pans? The fancy
Oh,
store.
yes, Williams-Sonoma.
Williams and Sonoma. It goes on sale for Black Friday. I'm like, "What does it go on sale for, Laura?" And she's, I think $600.
It's like it's an appliance, it's a
It's
kitchen appliance.
yes, it's an apply and I showed it to Chris and he's like, "Are you starting a coffee business? This looks like a barista of some sort.
Chris,
Are you gonna have a drive-up window or something?"
that is so funny. You just need to start going and buying coffee, and then you could be like, "Babe, we would save so much money."
Girl math.
We make it at home. Or you
Well,
need to
right
get
now
addicted and be like, "I could really get fancy with these, Chris."
Chris has coffee with his guys at Tuesday morning Bible study every week, but he goes in and it's part of their ministry is they're spending money at this place and supporting their business. So he's not on board because I get my coffee once a week and I pay for it. Anyway,
Funny.
I feel like it's just another sign that I'm getting older.
Yep,
Every
maybe.
points to that. Okay, what about what's cooking?
So, we're having Chad's parents over for Christmas dinner on Saturday. I know this is in the
Okay.
past by the time everyone's listening to this, but I was thinking we're hosting it, and we haven't hosted a Thanksgiving or Christmas ever. Oh,
What a
we're
big
like, "What do we
deal.
do?" We did a turkey when my sister came in town a few weeks back, and that was great, but we're like, "Let's just do something different." So we're making tri-tip. We're just gonna barbecue tri-tip. I'm gonna make party potatoes or cheesy scalloped potatoes, and then they're bringing, like, a salad. I forget what I asked his sister to bring. Some other side dish, but I'm looking forward to that and hosting and cooking for everybody because I haven't done a whole lot of that.
I keep forgetting that we're in the same year as your new build. And so this is your first Christmas.
Yeah. Yep.
What a big deal. What are your plans for Christmas Day?
Usually Christmas Day, we don't really
You don't
we're
cook
not
anything
going
then?
anywhere and doing anything. We are cooking.
Oh,
We
that's
do
what I mean.
with my family, we typically do a big Christmas Day dinner. We'll do prime rib,
And where is that gonna be? At your house?
probably at my house too, yeah. Because my
Okay.
older sister's staying with me, my older brother's staying next door at my sister's. My parents will be here in the casita, so we're all gonna have Christmas dinner together.
Mhm. Perfect. Oh, I'm excited. I hope that you do this justice on the Instagram stories. We wanna see your first hosting. You know what I wanna see, Krista? I wanna see a schedule of when you have to put things in the oven.
Oh
Can
my
you
good
get that serious?
Well, luckily, the prime rib, Chad
Mm.
will do. He's great about doing that, and my family,
Bring stuff.
they're all gonna help, yeah, and they'll be there and pitch in.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Okay.
What's cooking there?
Okay, I have not shared about this on the Instagram stories yet because I'm waiting for my hard copy, but the new meal prep cookbook, Krista, I have been cooking up a storm from the new meal prep cookbook. Now, I have to preface this by saying I love the family style recipes. And so at first I was like, oh, I don't know that I'm going to utilize the meal prep cookbook as much because I'm not cooking in the small containers, although we are traveling to sports a lot. And so I do a lot of the meal prep containers at the same time. So anyway, I started really going through it, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, these are family style recipes that you just put into the containers." A lot of them are. There's like a crock
Right.
pot, instant pot section,
Oh,
that
yes.
I'm so pumped about.
Yeah.
And I could go on and on, but we made the beef ramen bowls. My
Mhm.
family loved them, and it
Really.
was so easy. I couldn't believe it, and I felt like a super chef making our own beef ramen bowls. And then what was really good, buffalo chicken chili.
Yeah.
I love the flavor profile, and we had a cold snap come in, and it was cold outside, and I was like, "I'm just gonna try this and see how it goes."
Yeah.
I loved how it was creamy, but then also had the spice and what are the peppers that are in there? The poblano?
Yeah.
Anyway, that one, put it on your menu. It's like tortilla soup, but better. It's a little Mexican kind of soup, but then the buffalo gives it a
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people love the buffalo profile. So I feel like probably every cookbook has a couple. Buffalo mac and cheese or
yes,
broccoli, buffalo bakes. Anyway,
yes.
that's always a
So
popular one.
we're making our way through those recipes, and tonight I'm making the hamburger mac because we haven't done that before. It's I
Really
don't
like
know, it's like the hamburger version of the skinny mac. And then tonight okay, so one of the other sections of the cookbook is the just add whatever protein you want.
oh,
And
yeah.
so I'm doing the sweet potato one with the feta cheese, and then we're just gonna have chicken with it. So it's a hit. It's a hit
That
over here,
yes,
and I
great.
can't
Yes.
wait to have it in my hand.
I love the crock pot meals. So I was excited to put that in the meal prep cookbook because it's so great for meal prep and for dinner.
And I love that every one of those recipes has the crock pot or the Instant Pot version,
Yes.
because if I am on it, and I hope that I am, then I do the crock pot. But
Right.
if something happens and I forget, which I often do, I can still Instant Pot it and we're solid. So
Yeah.
it feels like dinner's taken care of and it's fine.
Yep.
So, with
Great.
that, let's jump into our episode of 2026. Here we go. Let's start with reflecting on 2025. What are some wins? Let's just start with the wins, or should we start with the losses? What do you think?
Whatever you want. I don't really have any I couldn't think of any losses.
Wow, okay, let's just start there. How good was her year? Not a single loss.
I
Okay.
guess great, obviously, it's great. I'm sure there were things that happened that were frustrating. It just nothing that was significant enough that I remember, which I guess is a great thing. What about
Okay.
you? Do you have
We're
some major
well,
losses from 2025?
oh, let's wait. Let's just save that. Okay, let's start with the wins. What are some of the 2025 wins or that are on your list?
I was just thinking back on the significant moments of 2025. We had a great Stay Fit Mom retreat with the coaches. That one was fun. Obviously, we moved into our house late spring, and it's just changed our lives. It's I don't know how else to describe not changed our lives, but just we've been so much more connected with other families for the first time, and our kids have friends, and we know people in our neighborhood for the first time ever, really. And so that's snowballed into so many different opportunities and things for us and our kids, and it just went from there, which kind of started happening before we actually moved in. But yeah, so I feel like that's been amazing, obviously. Our kids were all at separate schools for the first time, and I was real nervous about that, but it's been fantastic. Our oldest, you're same with you, is now in high school. I was so excited about that. A little depressed because I'm like, I'm old enough to have a kid in high school, but also this is so exciting because high school is just a big moment in your life. So I was excited for that to happen for him and to be a small part of it. And that's been amazing so far. Yeah, we another highlight was our big vacation to Hawaii. That was amazing, and we'd been looking forward to that for a couple years because it had been postponed a year after we'd already waited a year. So that was in the works for a while. And yeah, I feel like looking back, the things that always create these core memories, I feel like are always the times when our family is together on a vacation. I don't know.
Mhm,
I know not
mhm.
all families vacation, but yeah, like our summer trip to
Your
Honeymoon
RV trip
Beach.
when you do
Yes,
that,
like
yeah.
those were just the best parts of the year. So, yeah, we had a great 2025. We did all the things. We did a little bit of camping. Yeah. I mean, we haven't traveled a whole lot in the last several years, I feel like, because of the big house build and move. When we talk about 2026, I'm hoping we do a couple more family vacations because our kids, we only have
I
how
know.
many more years left with our oldest who's who are freshmen now.
Yes,
That makes
it
me
is.
a little nervous.
I know.
So, yeah, I hope I didn't forget any highlights of
Here,
25.
think about this while I share a few things. I divided my stuff up into business, and by
Uh-huh.
that I mean stay at mom,
Yes.
personal,
Okay.
just me, and
Yes.
then marriage and family life.
Yeah.
So think if
Okay.
there's anything else that you wanna say
Oh,
there. And
okay.
while you think of that, I also had the retreat and the bloggers conference on as a
Yes.
super high. So
That's
Krista
so
and I go
cool.
to a bloggers conference. We're going again. By the time that you're listening to this, we'll be almost on the road, maybe. I can't remember. It's like the second week of January. And that is always so motivating and exciting because we get new ideas and I don't know, don't you think?
Yeah.
And then the retreat we had this past year also was on my list. And then also we launched 2 cookbooks this year. To me,
That's
you
how I
didn't that
didn't
didn't
even
make your
believe
highs
that
or
one.
was that your low?
Oh my gosh, I guess it was probably both. That was crazy.
'Cause it was so much work, but now they're gonna be the gift that keeps on giving because they're so good, Krista. The quality is so good. It was
Oh,
funny because I was looking over the tried and true had my kids at the table and they were looking and came in. She's looking at it, she's like, "This is so aesthetically pleasing." And she has an eye for that, and she's, "Ah, you know what else I want? I want curtain bangs like Krista has."
oh,
Like, kept going on and on. She was like,
oh,
"Mom, her outfit is so cute." And she just
wow.
loved it.
So I
She
still
is
have
your
a little
biggest
bit of
fan.
style?
Huh?
According I still have a little bit of style then, I guess.
Oh,
Makes
you
it
for
feel good.
sure do. She's onto the curtain bangs. She loves the gifts we got the coaches. She's
Mhm.
on
Well, that was
trend.
all you. That was all you picking out that
Well, that
trend.
was but, like, she's a
Yeah.
trendsetter, and she knows it when it's good,
Mhm.
and she's just, "This cookbook, I just wanna keep" it's so pleasing to the eyes.
I
Anyway,
just wanna know when you're cutting the bangs.
I said, "Let me do them for you." She said, "I do not trust you." I said, "How hard can it be?" She just thinks I'm gonna butcher her head, and in that I should have shared this hot moment. My boys were like, "I wanna go get a haircut," and they get kinda snooty about it, and we're like, "Listen, there's 5 of you. We cannot get you all a haircut every 2 months because we're just not. That's wasteful. I will cut your hair if you want me to." And that was have you
They
heard chopped cheese?
no
Have you heard the term chopped cheese?
uh-uh.
It's like the latest slang, chopped cheese, and I'm just
I
educating
can
our
just imagine
followers.
the haircut they're referring to.
No,
That is
I'm just
funny.
saying that's what you call an ugly person. That's the
Oh,
term for an ugly person is and they will call themselves that. "Oh, I just look like chopped cheese today." They will say that about themselves,
okay, I'm
and
sure
so
I'll
I'm
start
like,
to notice this. I
I'm
gotta
giving Alex a haircut, and I went a little too close on the side. It looked like I wasn't using any of the guards, and I just had a 0 and came and walks up, she's like, "Oh, you chopped cheese."
oh,
And so
bummer.
it was he was, like, almost in tears, he was so
Oh,
upset about his hair. Chris had to rescue the situation. Chris is way better at haircutting than I am. And so he fixed it, and he went to school, and nobody called him chopped cheese at school, but Cayman is like, "You're never coming near me with any sort of
yeah.
haircutting, anything." So, she's
Huh.
funny, and anyway, I don't know how I got on that. What was I talking about? How did we get there?
Um, were you listing off your things?
Yeah.
Oh, the cookbooks.
Oh, the cookbooks. Okay, yes. So anyway, the cookbooks are just such a huge win, and I feel like we launched them at the end of the year when nobody's really thinking about weight
Right.
loss, and they still have done really well, and I feel come January, all the hard work's done, and we get to just sit back 2026 and
Yeah,
watch,
I hope lots of the whole 2026 would be nice. When you said
anyway.
they're the gift that keeps on giving, I was thinking, "I hope they keep giving all the way through 2026." Really nice if I didn't have
Oh,
to
well,
do a cookbook. I'm definitely never doing 2 at the same time
that
again.
was too stressful. That was a lot, and you put that pressure on yourself.
I
I was like, "Well, just 1 is great," and you were, "But we might as well do 2," and I do love the tried and true, like, I
I
love
know,
it.
I'm so glad I did it. I that one, it was just because it had been on my mind for a long time, and my goal was to do it for our 10-year anniversary in
Yes.
2025,
Have the
and
complete set
yes, and
done.
so before I was gonna do meal prep 3, I thought which we needed, I thought, "Oh my gosh, okay, I've gotta do that." Tried and true wasn't bad, really, putting that
Yeah,
together. Recipes were
but it
all
was just launching 2 cookbooks is a
yeah,
lot. It's a
it
lot of
was
PR, it's a lot of lead up, there's a lot, but they are so good, Krista. Anyway, so that to me was just like one of the biggest wins of 2025. In addition to the retreat, that was great. And then I also just feel proud of us because it's been I think it's just a hard year for business owners in general. AI
Yeah.
and the economy's not doing that great. And there's just all these things that feel are not working in small businesses' favor. And we're still standing. We're still standing. And I feel like that's just a testament to the whole team that we have at Stay Fit Mom. Incredibly hardworking individuals at every spot. So that feels like a high. And then our family, I just feel like the biggest high with our family is I finally feel like we are settled and adoption's not really new anymore. It
Mhm.
just feels like this is our new normal. I mean, I've shared this before, but we are now the longest place our adopted kids have ever lived. So there's such consistency there. And sometimes it feels a little too comfortable. Like people will come over and they're like, dang, your daughter got some attitude. Like, or I shouldn't blast her like that,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
just
that is normal, but I
it
get it's also so great, right?
it's great, but it's also hard. It's just
Yeah.
hard. That's been really great. I also put our family vacations on the high, and I
Mhm.
think you're right. We are gonna look back on those with core memories. I asked Siege when he turned 15, "What was your high of the year?" And he said, "The cruise." The
Mhm.
cruise, because I loved going from uncomfortably full to just right full all week long. And so anyway, got our family and we were like, "Oh my gosh," they loved it, and I loved it because I didn't have to cook and everyone was happy doing their own thing. We got some alone time away from our kids, but we were also with our other family members, and so
Mhm.
we booked another cruise for 2026, and now we get to look forward to it. Like, when you were talking about looking forward to your Hawaii vacation, I feel like looking forward to a vacation is
Mhm.
part of what makes it exciting.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, yeah, it's always nice to have something to look forward to, which I
Yes.
don't think is uncommon for people who travel. What's the next vacation?
Yes.
Yeah, we were inspired to book our cruise coming up because when you guys were on your cruise, there were multiple people that I follow on Instagram going on these cruises, and I had so much FOMO that I was like, "We gotta book a cruise." So we booked it last spring, 2025 for spring 2026, so we're excited about that.
I just feel like it's a very unique way to vacation, and I don't think it's for everybody. By the time we got off the boat, I was ready to be off that boat, which I
Yeah,
also think is a good thing. When you're done with vacation, you wanna be ready to go home.
yeah, that's normal.
There's also a lot of people on the boat, so it's a crowded thing, so it's not I don't know, it's just not for everybody, but there are so many perks in the fact that there's never, "What are we gonna do today? We're so bored. We gotta find the itinerary." It's, "Oh, no, there's a list of activities. You wanna go to the limbo? Do you wanna do the dance competition?" Anyway, I just love the easiness of the schedule, the food, and you're going with friends from your neighborhood
Yeah,
too.
there's 3 families going.
That to me is so fun too, because then you just for dinner, but
Mhm.
then people can still do their own thing, so you're not sick of people. Anyway, I think it's fun for a lot of reasons. Okay, and then let's go with some lows because I'll start since you have none.
Yeah, it's come with I'm sure you'll spark my memory because I can't believe I left the cookbooks off my
Yeah, well, that was
accomplishments.
probably your low because there was so much work. I remember you being like,
Yeah.
"Lucy, I'm not gonna make it." So maybe that was a low for you.
I actually told Chad when you had said, "You and Chad should record a podcast." I was thinking we could do a whole episode on how crazy I am when I'm working on cookbooks.
Oh, let's do it. Let's add that to the list.
I don't know if I want people to know all the things, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, I feel like this has slowly happened over time, but it's gotten more and more aggressive where I am just tired and I feel like I cannot handle my life. But then I look at my life and I'm like, it is a lot. It's a lot. It's 6 kids, a business, and activities and cooking. It is a lot. I understand that, but I also feel like I'm used to operating at a high capacity. If you look at my mom, who's in her 70s, she's like the Energizer Bunny. And I just thought, this is going to be my future. I'm just always going to have all the energy and pep in my step. And I feel like this has been the year for, oh, this, I had a word for it. Because you know, I don't know if you remember, but last year we did that word of the year.
Yes.
And your year of the word of the year was like, wasn't it like peace in your home or rose?
Cozy or something.
Cozy. Yes. And do you remember what mine was?
Jeez, I feel bad now. You remembered mine and I can't remember yours. Was
That's okay. You've had a lot going on. I You've had a lot of really great things happening to you. I'm just kidding. Mine was student was
Oh,
my
that's right. Okay,
and I
yes.
was like, "Oh, I'm gonna learn all these things." I'm laughing at it now. It's just so funny because what my word should have been is humility. You are gonna be so humbled because I just feel every day I'm humbled. I'm just a little bit more can't do that anymore. It's like when you CrossFit, if you CrossFit, those that are listening, you walk into the gym and you're on this trajectory of, I've got all the gains. What am I going to lift tomorrow? And then all of a sudden you
Every
get
day's a PR.
yeah, every day's a PR. And all of a sudden you get to this point in your CrossFit journey where you're like, that's over. And I'm just getting weaker. I'm just not able to do any of the things that I used to do, but it's on a personal level, Krista, where I'm really tired. And so on the positive personal note, I did finally get blood work done and I'm looking into my hormones and getting tested and I've got results and my tiny joy was almost going to be the fact that I have a B12 shot now that I get. So that's where I'm at. My tiny joy is a B12 shot, Krista. So that's
Hey,
my
I'm wondering, you just got it though a few days ago, right?
yeah, I
So
did.
have you noticed anything yet?
No.
Okay.
I was
Curious.
really hoping. I was like, I
Yeah.
think this might be
Well,
it,
I
but
don't know
maybe it
how
just too.
long. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But even just the fact that I have done it, I've got my blood work done
Yeah.
and I have these results and now I have a doctor and now I'm getting retested again and I just
Mhm.
feel hopeful
Yeah.
in that. Anyway, so then I guess we can talk about next year
Yeah.
because we're already 50 minutes into this recording. I don't know how long this is
Mhm.
actually going to be, but let's talk about 2026.
One of my goals actually, since you were just talking about the obstacle of actually getting your blood work done and finding a doctor, I had that doctor. Luckily, I feel great right now. I had that doctor. He was so great about doing my blood work every 6 months, and he's got me in a great place. My thyroid medicine hasn't changed in several years, but he moved on to bigger and better things, and so I'm getting close to running out of my thyroid meds. I think I have 3 months left, and I'm like, "I've got to find a new doctor," and I just haven't done it yet. That's always the hardest part, right? Like,
Yeah.
calling and making the appointment. That's one of my goals actually in 2026 is to get all that sorted out and make sure I'm prepped and ready for when my hormones start changing more with perimenopause and all that.
Krista, this is the year that the Stay Fit moms turn 40.
I know.
You
Oh my
absolutely have to have a
gosh.
doctor.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, 2026, we turned 40.
We gotta do something with that.
Yeah.
That's a good goal. I like that goal for you for 2026 to get your blood you need a new doctor and your thyroid meds, so it'll just force you to do it.
Now I'm gonna be like, "How's my testosterone?" How I'm gonna have all the
Well,
questions you
that's not typical labs that you would run, but I would
Right.
just say, Krista, if you don't need it, considering you've not had one single low all of 2025, you ain't there yet, honey. You're great. Sometimes I feel like my internal dialogue, what I'm saying to myself in my head has gotten so negative lately. I'm like, "Why is this so negative?" Anyway, I'm hoping that it's all connected to
Maybe you should put positive affirmations on your 2026 goals.
goals or just yeah, I don't know. Oh, do you have a word for 2026?
Did you tell me I had to have a word?
No, you don't, but, I do.
I'm a little stressed. I Okay, you go first.
Okay. So, I feel like this will help articulate my whole vision, okay, for 2026, and I hope this is inspiring to people in the fact that I would love it if people that came away listening to this were like, "I am gonna get on this. I'm gonna spend this week reflecting on my wins and losses, where I wanna be in 2026. Maybe I have a few words for different parts of my life." So, for Stay Fit Mom, my word of the year is community, and we have been talking about this. Hopefully, by the time this airs, there will be Facebook check-ins in the Ninja group, and so there's just more accountability, more community. We're really trying to revitalize the Ninja Insider group so that there's just more vulnerability there because I feel like it's hard to get. Community is hard to come by. We wanna be that outlet for people. So this is the year of community. I also have goals for the podcast. I would love to do more than just one every 2 weeks. I would love to get to once a week, but I also have to be realistic with what I can handle right now. So that's a goal. And then did you think of anything for Stay Fit Mom while I was rambling
Oh, not specifically for Stay Fit Mom.
or for anything?
I was just thinking overall compliments or compliment. I have never been good at giving people compliments. I don't know what it is. I wanna say because 'cause I'm shy, I don't know, but I wanna be
That
more
checks out.
vocal. Yeah, I wanna be more vocal about it, and I've been trying already, but I really wanna make that something I do in 2026. When I see someone in a color that looks like their color, I tell them, "That is a great color on you." That's because 'cause I'm thinking about it all the time, so that one's been easy, but just, like, anything, "You seem so happy," or whatever, I just wanna be better about that, asking people how they're feeling, how they're whatever. I've never been good at any of those things. Someone will ask me how I've been, this is embarrassing, and I will tell them, and then it's quiet, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh," in my mind, I'm like, "I need to
Really
ask them
such
how they've
anxiety.
been," and then it gets awkward in my head, and it's so stupid, but yeah, that's one of maybe that should
Okay,
be
so
my word.
this is perfect because my marriage/family goal, the word that I have is communication. And so,
Okay.
like, that it means a different thing for me. But as you were talking, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this really checks out," because Chris had this little argument, tiff thing, and we were sharing it with one of our pastors at church, and it was a stupid argument. I don't even have time to get into it. It was, like, very stupid, but I was like, "I'm frustrated because of this," and it was a communication issue too, and anyway, the premise of what I'm trying to say is he said, "You both are 2 different kind of communicators.
Mhm.
You, Tracy, feel like your generosity in communicating is when you share. I'm being generous when I just offer up information. If I'm like, Krista, I got to tell you the, da- 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 da," I feel like I'm being generous in that way when I'm so open and so vulnerable. But Chris, he feels most generous as a communicator when he's asking questions, when he's like, how was your day? How did you? Da- 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 da, da?" And so both of those are good things. But if you don't have the other one, so if I'm not asking questions to Chris, then I just look like a big jerk in his eyes. But if he's not freely sharing the information, then he looks like a big jerk in my eyes. So you have to be both a question asker and somebody that just vulnerably shares so that you're
Mhm.
not a big jerk,
So
apparently.
interesting. Yeah.
Anyway,
I
I love this goal for you because I think it's gonna push you out of your comfort zone. I'm already nervous for you, but I think it'll be great.
Great. You're already nervous for me. I know, and it's so silly.
I think that sharing though just helps.
But I'm also not like a I don't just voluntarily start sharing my life or anything either because I'm shy, but people will ask me because 'cause they're being nice and yeah, they'll
Right.
ask me, "How are you? How's your family? What are your kids up to?" And yes, I will answer all these things, and then I'm not
Yes.
doing that anyway. I don't know why it's so awkward for me.
Yes. I
Unfor
love it. I wanna be a better question asker too, though. I think that's great. That's a great goal. But I always would see myself as an overall decent communicator, and now I'm like, I'm really not that great of a communicator. I could use some work in asking questions and things too. Okay, and then my personal goal, which you've already talked about this, but my personal word is health. This is the year I turned 40, and I wanna get this nipped in the bud. I gotta figure this out.
You wanna feel your best.
I wanna feel my best, and so I'll just share this on the podcast and with you, Krista, because Instagram is the place where you're putting your best foot forward. It's not, "Let me whine and vent to you about" nobody wants to see that on Instagram, but it's a double-edged sword because then you just are watching all these people put their best foot forward, and then you
Right.
feel crappy,
They've
and
got the
so I
perfect life and yeah.
yes, and so I feel like the podcast is maybe more of a platform for me because you can hear the nitty-gritty. Anyway, so just in the last hopefully by the time this airs, I'm gonna be a new woman with HRT and all that kind of stuff, but one of the things that I started doing is tracking my moods with my cycle. So, the week of my cycle, even the couple days before, and then I'm on my period, I'm just emotional. And it's getting bad, like an hour of crying, Krista. And it's almost like when you watch your kids have a tantrum over nothing, and you're like, I know that the sky is blue and you're crying about it. It doesn't make any sense. And I have very little patience for that. And now it's happening to me. And I guess on the bright side, it's making me more empathetic. Okay, I get that you're crying and you just can't control it because your brain is. Anyway, so it happened to me just recently. And Chris, poor Chris, just say a few prayers for Chris if you're listening, because he's like hanging on for dear life because he doesn't know what wife is coming at him. But I'm going to start putting a calendar. Maybe we need a skylight calendar and I can put Tracy's period on there. So
Everybody knows.
everyone knows. And I am for, in biblical times, the women were separated for a week while they were on their period. They went away from the community. I'm all for bringing that back.
Oh,
Let's
man.
get a week by
That's so
myself.
funny
I
because I notice, I guess I'm just your stereotypical, the few days leading up to my period without even looking. I do have it in my health app. I try to be pretty good about tracking that because that's the worst, right? When you go to the doctor and they're like, "The date of your last period," and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know." Anyway, I'm embarrassed to say this, but,
Oh, this is
like,
great. This is what we wanna hear.
I always know, oh, my period's coming because I will start looking at Chad. "Oh my goodness, look at this big hunk of meat." I start getting
Hey,
sad.
that's gotta be when you're ovulating, right? Because your body is trying to make a
I'm
baby.
telling you, whatever. I don't know exactly when you ovulate, but it's always a few days before, and I'm like, "Babe, the clock is ticking. You better take advantage."
Oh, that's
You
great.
know how to, like, 'cause we're not those people that enjoy doing that when I'm on my cycle. I
Yeah,
feel like that's, like,
yeah.
a interesting topic too. So, yeah, I'm always like, "It's time, babe. You got a small window here where I am ready."
Oh,
Those are
this
always,
is
like
so good.
anyway, those are always the best episodes, if you will. I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna stop now. I'm getting embarrassed.
The best the best times? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yes. Yeah.
What it would be like to be a guy though, right? I'm like, always tease Chad. I wish I felt like this all the time. You know what
Right. Well,
but
I
I
mean, with testosterone, Krista, we just don't know.
I I can't wait
Well,
to hear these stories.
I don't know, but right now, Chris is not getting any of those benefits, and he's getting all of the crybaby benefits.
Oh.
So my cycle is not working in his favor in that way. But I will say that there's a habitual pattern of an emotional breakdown at the
Mhm.
same times of the month that I can track
Yeah.
it. And I need a warning label on my forehead. This isn't a good week for me.
I feel like as we're getting older, I am recognizing these symptoms. Like, I don't even need to know when my period is. I know my period's coming because of
Okay.
this. Same with I get breakouts too. Probably a full week before my period is gonna start. I get breakouts every
Okay,
single
so
month.
listen to this because this ties in with you wanting to be frisky
Mhm.
because they say when you're on testosterone, you can get more acne and breakouts. Your testosterone is probably elevated and you're
Yeah.
getting breakouts and now you're in the mood and you're like a
Yeah.
teenager again.
Yeah, so maybe more testosterone would not be good for me because then I just always have breakouts.
Anyway, I don't know how we got here, but those are 2026 for me. Health
Well,
for
you're
my
going okay.
personal, and then community for Stay Fit Mom, communication for my family. I also wanna
Mm,
be better at delegating things. I come from the Hispanic background where I just do everything. I
mhm.
do everything, and I can handle a lot until the one more thing and it could be the slightest thing pushes me over the edge, and then all the Jenga blocks are down and mom lost it. But you never know when that 11th thing is coming. And
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know if that's making sense, but I basically need to get better at delegating
Mhm.
before I get to the topple over point.
Yeah.
So that's gonna take good communication.
I do have a couples goal. I want to bring back Chad and I have talked about this, our couples trip. We used to do an annual couples trip.
I
Eh
remember that actually.
yeah, and the chaos of the house build, it quit happening. Or maybe it was the pandemic. I can't even remember, but it's been too long since we've done one.
You've done San
We did
Francisco.
San Francisco multiple times. So we did Jackson Hole, Wyoming, because it was our anniversary too. But we do have our 20th anniversary. When is that? That's 2027. We are
Okay.
doing Europe. That's a big goal of ours. but I need to do one in 2026. We've been looking into Savannah, Georgia or Charleston, and I don't know. Anyway, we're still planning
We
on
haven't
that.
settled on one yet.
No, but that's a goal. More date nights too. I feel like with sports and all that, date nights
Yes.
are hard.
Yes. Let's wrap this up. I feel like we've yapped for long enough, and I am looking forward to a great 2026. Krista, I don't know if your 2025 can be topped. I don't
I
know.
don't know either. I don't know. I'm hoping there's more good things in store in 2026. I'm a
There
very optimistic person though, so I can only see good things on the horizon.
That's great. We will catch you later and have a great
New
2026.
Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New Year.
Year.
We appreciate you tuning in to the Stay Fit Mom podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Connect with us on social media and head to stayfitmom.com for more resources and tips. You've got this. See you next time.